Here I am at the Complete Sculptor in New York City. It's a one-stop shop for sculpting supplies where I'll find the tools needed to sculpt the eagle's head. The lower level looks like an indoor rock quarry with a large selection of all types of stone. A 50-pound block of limestone should be more than enough for this project. As far as power tools go, all I need is a standard drill with an adapter to attach a diamond blade, as well as an angle grinder, also with the diamond blade. Between the two, I'll be able to rough out the block of limestone by removing the excess material. To do the detail work, I'll switch to a rotary tool and use the various bits in this kit. For the hand carving, I'll use this set, which has a 1.5-pound hammer and various sculpting chisels. To start off, the pointed chisels are used to continue removing excess stone. Once the stone starts taking shape, I'll switch to these tooth chisels, first using the rougher one which has 3 teeth, and then moving to the one with 5 teeth to continue defining and refining the shape. Next are the flat chisels, used to smooth out the grooves left behind by the tooth chisels. I may want to keep some grooves to give texture to the eagle's feathers. For the final stage, I'll use a carpenter's rasp, files, and a riffler for detail work. Different grits of wet-dry sandpaper will be used at the very end for polishing the surface. This piece here, you could kind of see the eagle's head is starting to take shape. I was able to remove all this. I just have to get this little negative area out of here, this space here. To guide me, I've indicated the eagle's head directly onto the stone with a magic marker. Now, as far as the bottom goes, the plan is to carve out a recessed area that matches the broken part of the statue. I'll do this by making a plaster mold of where the eagle originally broke and use it as a template that I can insert into the recess until it fits snugly to create the overlap. The idea is for the eagle's feathers to not only overlap, concealing the unsightly break that is now visible, but also act as a weatherproof cap, diverting rain and ice away from the joint. So here we are. I think I made a lot of progress in the last 2 hours. I'm going to quit for today, but not before I have to clean up this mess.
Thank you to the residents, especially the ones from the Fisher Hill section, because I know they're excited about this, and I hope they like what I did. And of course, the reason we're all here is to thank all the veterans, you know, for being here, and thank you for your service, and to all the veterans whose names are inscribed on this monument. We thank them, and we remember them almost 100 years later. So we've heard one last thing. We know that White Plains is the birthplace of New York State, right? Yeah. We know that. And I've often heard it referred to as the heart of Westchester County. Well, all I know is that this is where I was born, and White Plains will always have a special place in my heart, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Giglio, and thank you for your efforts. It's, people, believe me, send plenty of emails telling us about problems and alerting us to problems. There's no shortage of that, but very few people send you an email where there's a problem and I have a solution. And so hats off to you for that. That's maybe the first. Beautification pretty much works like that, but very few people do. So we really appreciate that. It is true that White Plains has a great place in history, and we have a great history of supporting our country in times of crisis and in times of war. And the men who are listed on here, many of their photos are outside the council chamber at City Hall, where you can see how young they all were. This monument was first dedicated nearly 100 years ago, July 4th, 1919, at West Post Road in Midland. Joe's initiative to repair and restore the Eagle to its former glory embodies the ideals of civic responsibility and community involvement. He has made a meaningful contribution to the White Plains community, demonstrating in a practical manner his devotion to his childhood hometown and to the preservation of White Plains' proud history. He has earned the respect, admiration, and appreciation of all. I want to point out also thank you to the family, because I can imagine in most families everyone's busy and going 100 directions. When you come home and say, I have this great idea. I'm going to carve an eagle's head and I'm going to fix a statue in White Plains. There's got to be some response like, what about the lawn? What about, if I have some laundry that needs attention, if you have a minute? Yeah, but the city of White Plains is proud to recognize outstanding individuals whose professional lives and personal endeavors serve as an example and inspiration to the community. Be it resolved that I, Thomas M. Roach, Mayor, congratulate Joe and extend the certificate of public recognition, calling upon the citizens of White Plains to join me in acknowledging the noteworthy contributions made by Joseph Giglio and family, and now, therefore, in honor of his exemplary service to the community, June 2nd, 2016 is hereby declared Joseph Giglio Day in the city of White Plains.
All right. Wow.
So that means we're going to take it.
That's great. Wow. That's
So the
awesome.
mayor and Joe will now unveil it, so we all get to see the final result. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you all. And a ceremony like this and a gesture such as Joe bestowed upon the city is what makes White Plains just a fabulous, fabulous place to live and grow up in, and certainly our country a great place to live. So thank you all for coming.
All right.
No, Mr. Eagle, yo, please try not to move, okay? See if you could just sit still.